should I wear today? It's not like I have to impress anyone. But what if I go run errands and I run into a celebrity? I don't want to be seen wearing sweats. As if. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So if you guys are a little bit confused by my intro, that just means you are really young or I am getting very old. This video is all about the movie Clueless, which is probably the best movie next to Mean Girls in my opinion. So today's video I'll be showing you guys how to make this feather backpack. Ain't it cute? I see a lot of fur backpacks, but not really much feather backpacks. This is a very simple tutorial. I used faux leather, so I'm not even gonna be hemming any edges or anything like that. So heads up, this is super basic, like the basic, if any of you haters out there are gonna say something about it. And I'll be showing you guys how to make this chain bottle holder. Ain't it freaking cute? I'm dying because I'm in love. Like, it just makes me want to carry around water bottles all day, honestly. So without further ado, let's get on to this tutorial. For this tutorial, you will need 2 meters of chain, some medium-sized jump rings, scissors, E6000 glue, pliers, some scrap clear vinyl, a water bottle for measuring, ruler, and some needle and thread that matches your chain. First, what you want to do is trace around the bottle. You don't want to trace super close. You want to give at least 1/4 of an inch space between the bottle and the edge of your circle. Next, we're going to cut some strips to go behind the chain. I started off by tracing out a strip that was 1/2 inch wide, and then from there I made a little mark on my circle and walked my circle along the edge to see how long I needed the strip to be. I also like to add 2 inches extra just in case. If you guys used permanent marker like I did, you guys can always cut around the permanent marker, or you guys can use rubbing alcohol to remove it. My favorite thing about vinyl is that it sticks together. So what you want to do next is match up the edges of your circle to the edges of the strip and hand sew all the way around using a blanket stitch. Cut off any excess strip that you do not need and finish sewing down the strip until you get to the end. Take your chain and wrap it around your bottle to see how much you need to cut. You will need 3 different lengths. The first one will be 5 inches and you need 2 pieces. This will go on the side of your bottle. You will need 3 medium length pieces, which was the length around your bottle. Mine was 10 inches, but depending on your bottle, it may vary. And lastly, you will need 1 long piece. Mine was 40 inches, which is basically 1 yard, and this will be the shoulder piece. You will also need 2 strips of clear vinyl, again being 1/2 inch wide, and the length will be the same as your medium chains. Wrap your clear strips around your bottle until you're happy with the fit. Next, you can take your E6000 glue, add some glue, and carefully place the chain on top of your glue. I decided to glue everything as close as I can to one edge, that way when everything is dried, I can cut off any excess vinyl that's still showing. Same thing goes for the bottom portion. I tried to glue as close as I can to the bottom edge, that way I could cover the stitching. Let the glue dry a little bit before rotating your vinyl to finish gluing on your chain. For your 2 small chains, add a jump ring in the center of each chain. Take that center jump ring and connect it to one of your chain rings. Repeat the same process to the other small chain on the opposite side of the ring, and then you can finish connecting everything else together. So one end of the small chain you will connect the other ring, and on the other side of the small chain you will connect the bottom piece. Lastly, take your long chain piece and connect that to your holder and you are completely finished. For this tutorial, you will need a needle and thread. You're going to need a pen. This is my Clueless pen, so I thought it would be perfect for this tutorial. Some pins, tracing paper, fabric and paper shears, half a yard of faux leather. You only need half a yard, so you can use any scraps that you have, grommets, some D-rings, rope, a feather boa, your ruler, and your measuring tape. You're going to start off by making a rectangle for the bottom of your backpack. I wanted mine to be a mini backpack, so I made a 5x9 rectangle. Add seam allowance and cut this out. So I wanted the corners on my back piece to be rounded off, so I folded it in 4s and rounded off the edge. Next, you want to make a little mark on the 2 back corners and then walk your measuring tape on the edge in between those corners to get your back measurement. Walk your tape on the other side of that rectangle to get your front and side measurement. So to make your front and side piece, start off by making a rectangle with the width being the measurement that you just took and the height being however big you want your backpack to be. Again, I wanted my backpack to be a mini backpack, so my height was 8 inches. Add a 1/4 inch seam allowance on the side and bottom and cut this pattern out. Repeat the same process to make your back piece, with the width being your back measurement. You have your front and side piece, your back piece, and your bottom piece. You can now cut these out in your leather material. So to make the straps, I cut one really long strap, about like 50 inches, and then I made the width 2.5 inches. That way I could just split that in half, so I have 2 little skinny straps. Next, you want to make a small rectangle for your back piece. This will cover your straps and your flap. So mine ended up being 2.5 by 6 inches, but it will vary in size according to your back piece. Don't forget to make your flap. It's basically just a rectangle, and this will cover the opening of your backpack. Mine ended up being 5 by 6 inches, and I just cut off the corners to give it more of a geometric, minimalist touch. Now you should have all your pieces. You should have your front piece, your back piece, your bottom piece, the back rectangle to the back piece, your front flap, and 2 straps. You will also need to cut out little straps for your D-rings. So off of the really long straps, I just cut off 5 inches from each. Next, you want to find the center for your back piece, your front flap, and your back rectangle, and then place your front flap at the very top of your back piece along with your 2 straps, and then place the back rectangle on top of everything and finish it off with a straight stitch around the edge. So for your front piece, all you have to do is take your feather boa and kind of just drape it around the front. until you're happy with the placement. I kind of like to do like a little squiggly snake design, that way I could cover as much space as possible. It kind of looks like the inside of your body, like your intestines, the way it kind of like squiggles like that. But anyways, you guys could do whatever design you want, and once you are happy with that, you guys can go ahead and pin that down and hand stitch it starting from the back. You guys are also more than welcome to use glue, but my only gripe with using glue is that you're gonna end up gluing down the feathers, whereas if you hand stitch it, you are stitching down the base, and then afterwards you guys can still fluff up the feathers if you need to. So as you guys can see, here's my front piece. I hand stitched everything on the back, and you guys can see how nice and pretty it looks. I mean, obviously from the inside it's not pretty, but on the outside it's all nice and fluffy. From there, you guys can attach your front and back pieces together. Go ahead and pin down the pieces together and add a straight stitch down the side. Once that is finished, you guys can add your bottom piece. Go ahead and pin and sew that down with a straight stitch as well. To add your D-rings, make a little slit on your back portion big enough to fit your straps. Take the mini strap that you cut off and thread that through the D-ring and squeeze that in between the slit that you just made. Repeat for the other strap and close that with a straight stitch. Now you guys can flip your backpack inside out to add your grommets. Because I use grommets a lot in my past tutorials, I'm not going to show you guys how I added grommets for this one, but I will add a card at the top showing you guys my most recent tutorial of where I do add grommets. So I only had 5 more pieces of this grommet size, but I do suggest to add more grommets. Sadly, this is all that I had to work with. Once you're done adding your grommets, lace your rope through and tie it in the front. So for the straps, I cut the ends to be more of a V shape, that way I could imitate the feel of the front flap, and after that I just did a simple knot through the D-ring to finish it off. You guys are more than welcome to use D-rings, buckle straps, regular strap adjusters. Honestly, whatever you guys want to do is perfectly fine. I just wanted to use D-rings because I wanted to do something that was a little bit different from all the other backpacks that I own. But once you guys are done with that, everything is finished and you guys have your new feather backpack. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. If this is your first time watching and you're wondering why I am such a weirdo stuck in the 90s, I don't have an answer for you. Sorry. But anyways, please subscribe for more fashion videos like this. Don't forget to hit the little bell for notifications on when I upload. And when you do, comment below done, and at the end of each video, I will shout out someone that has done it. If you guys want to connect with me on social media, all my socials are at thenavarose. Don't forget to watch Clueless. Netflix already pulled it off, so you're gonna have to find it illegally somewhere. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!